Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to see how we can create desired capabilities to initialize the Android and the iOS app. If everything is configured correctly, you can just tap on start server. So I already have the dependency for APM, which is Java client, and I have added it in my pom.xml file. So in order to create the desired capabilities and initialize the app and launch the app on the simulator, you need to have your setup done, and you need to have this dependency added in your pom.xml file. Now what I will do, I will just create a separate package here with the name APM, and here after creating this thing I am going to create one class, and the name of the class will be APM Java Practice. So now we have the APM Java Practice class where we are going to define our desired capabilities for the Android and the iOS app. Create one method, public static APM driver, and I will name it as initialize driver. And now I will just create one string which will take the platform which we want to initialize. Say for example, I want to initialize iOS. What I will do, I will just take a string platform name equals to iOS. After doing this much, now we are going to create the object of the desired capabilities. So for creating the object of the desired capabilities, we are going to use desired capabilities caps equals to new desired capabilities. Now we are going to set the capabilities that we are going to need. So say for example, I want to set the capabilities for Android. So what I will do, I will just call the caps object that has been created, and I will call all the methods which I need for creating the desired capabilities. I will say caps dot set capability. So you can see here like there are a lot of capabilities coming. So I will just select, and from here I will select the capability mobile capability type dot. Now you can see there are a lot of capabilities which are here for Android, and say for example I want to select platform name, so I will just type platform name, and after writing the platform name, since I'm calling the platform name from here, I will just copy this and I will write it here. So now we are going to get the URL of the APM host. So for that I'm just going to create URL, and URL equals to new URL http colon backslash 000000 colon 4723 wd dot wr. Now I will use a switch statement so that I can switch between the Android and iOS. So these are the common things which we need for Android and iOS. But say for example, I want to initialize, I will create a switch statement so that I can switch depending upon the platform. So in that case, what I will do, I will just create a switch statement, and in this I will just give platform name. Now what I will do, if the case is Android, then what I want to do, I want to set the capability as caps dot set capability, and mobile capability type dot automation name, it will be UI automator 2. Now I will set the UDID for this. So for setting the UDID, I will just add caps dot set capability mobile capability dot. So here we can find UDID, and in the UDID I will just pass whatever emulator I have created. I will pass the name of that emulator. I will also define the capability of the application that I want to launch, so I will just add that. So I will add app package, and I will also add app activity. After adding the app package, I will add app activity. I also need to add the app location. So for adding the app location, so this is necessary like if our app is not already installed, so I need to give the location of the app. So in that case I just need to call the capability mobile app capability dot app, and here I need to define the location of the app that I want to install. So say for example I want to install this app which I already have in the resource section. So what I will do, I will just copy and go here and copy path, and from here I can just take this and I can write the path here. So for this package and app activity, you need to find the app package and app activity. You can find it from one of my video. I have already shared how to find app package and app activity for Android, so you can go through that video and find the app package and app activity. So I will just directly write it to save the time. Sorry, now we are going to return the Android driver. So I have just added an exception which was causing it. So if you go here, this was causing some exception, so I am adding the exception in the method signature. I also need to give the device name for this capability. So for device name I will just write something like this, and I can name it as maybe pixel device. Here I will have this default written, and that default will just throw an exception. Say for example it is not able to find Android driver or iOS driver, I will just add to throw some exception. I will just write here that invalid platform has been found. Now what I will do, I will just create a new Java class which is going to initialize our driver. So for that what I am going to do, I am just going to create a class and I will name it as launch app on simulator. Now after doing this, I will just enter and I will create the class. Here I will create an static method, public static void main, and here I'm going to initialize the driver. I'm going to call this java dot initialize driver method. So I will add an exception to this method because it is throwing some exception, so I will handle it. And after doing this thing, what I will do, I will just add a timeout. So I will add an implicit wait, maybe for 10. The time unit will be in seconds. So now I will try to run and see if it is working fine or not. So we need to see what is the error. It is not able to find the APK. So let us go and check back why it is throwing the error. Maybe I will just try to get the absolute path and I will try to see if it is working fine. So now I will try to run it again. So as we can see, our app is launching and the desired capability for the Android app is working fine. Now let us go and create the desired capability for iOS. So now I will just to save the time, I will just fast forward this process and I will add the desired capability and then I will try to run it, so that we are saving a lot of time instead of typing everything and showing. So I will just come here and I have created one more case here. I have added one more case. So we were having a case for Android. I have added a case for iOS. And here I have given the capability device name as iPhone 12 Pro Max for this device. So I am having iPhone 12 Pro Max 14.4. So I have added this device name. And for automation name, it will be execute test. And then here I have given the UDID of the simulator which we are using. So in order to take out the UDID of the simulator, you can just go here and write find my UDID. So you can take out the UDID from here. So it's a pretty straightforward approach. You can just go and try to find out the UDID of your device. Now so there are a lot of websites which can help you in finding the UDID. Now after finding the UDID of the device, if you are using simulator, you can also find the UDID using command line CLI. You can just Google it and you will get the methods to find the UDID of simulator. And if you are having the app, you can just add the app here. Since I'm not having the app, I'm not going to, okay, so this will be here. I'm not having the app, so I'm not going to use the app location to launch the app. Instead, what I will do, I will just use the built-in app, which is our Photos app, to launch the to launch this application, to show that if we are having a bundle ID of any application and the app itself, we can launch this. So this is the pre-installed app in the simulator, in the iOS simulator. I have added a time up. If you are like launching the, if you are launching the simulator, you can also add some time up. And here is the bundle ID of the app that I am going to launch. So in order to find the bundle ID, what I can do, I can just search for it. So here if I go into the support.apple.com, and there are a lot of bundle IDs which I can find, so I can just copy any of these and I can try and see if our desired capabilities is working fine or not. So for the time being, I have taken this bundle ID and I have added it in my desired capabilities. This we don't really need it right now, and this also we don't really need it right now. So now what I will do, I will just go here and I will change the platform to iOS, and I will try to launch this app on the simulator and see if it is working fine or not. So as we can see, our app is launching, and we are able to launch the app through the desired capabilities. So one thing to keep in mind is, so we need to keep in mind that our APM server is started, APM inspector is installed, and we are able to run the server through this inspector, because if you are not running this server, then it won't be able to launch the application, so that it is able to find the properties of the simulator and it is able to launch the application. This is not running, we won't be able to launch the app on the simulator, either iOS or Android. So similarly, we can create the desired capabilities for Windows application also, so that we are able to automate Windows UWP application or classic application. For that, we need to add some capabilities, something like this. So if you can see, like I have added one more case, and the Windows is having these capabilities which we need to automate it, and for sure it is going to only run on Windows 10, so we cannot automate it on Mac. So this is the first requirement, that you need to have a Windows PC with Windows 10 or up. Apart from that, you also need to install the WinApp driver on your Windows 10, so that you are able to automate the application. So WinApp driver comes bundled with APM, and you don't need to install it separately. So for automating Windows, you need this app ID, which is the important thing, and you need it. And apart from that, you can also add the capabilities for platform name, device name, and automation name. So yeah, I hope you like my video, and I will be posting new videos and very interesting videos quite often. So do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.